Welcome to the Team Tiny TLC Designs app. So today we'll be creating this lovely card. I'm using from TLC Designs, this is the digital Magical Delights Slimline digital pad. However, you can get this as an actual in-stock paper pad. I'm also using the Poetic Pixie, this cute little pixie guy here, and his or her little easel. And I use a variety of Copic markers and this metallic marker from American Kraft, as well as a gold Sharpie. I use the metallic teal one on the tip of the pencil, and the gold just to add little accents to the pencil and to the easel. I also have the sentiment, "You are a masterpiece," and that comes with part of the Poetic Pixie. I'm going to be using this little sketch here as part of our new challenge that we have going on in the TLC Designs Facebook group, so that you can join us there, use this sketch to create your designs. There's also a bundle deal you can get. I'll link it all down in the description below. As you can see, this has the diagonal stripe in there. I just cut mine a little bit larger because I wanted to add that nice piece of metallic gold paper. And this is going to be an A2 card, and then I cut the front panel about 1/8 of an inch shorter. I'm also going to bring in some green washi tape, and I placed it onto some heavyweight cardstock so it's easier to cut into strips. I'm bringing in from TLC Designs the Alicorn Happiness, because I'm going to use this little butterfly right here on our little blue magical paper. And I'm going to use that for our easel. Alright, let me clear some of this off so we can get started with our card. If you missed anything, again, I'll have it all in the description box below, as well as with a coordinating blog post. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in the Memento ink. I'm going to stamp our little butterfly onto this, the blue Magical Delight paper. And this paper is so cute. It has like little speckles and little stars kind of in the background. Right, so here's our easel. I'm going to do something different. I could have just stamped it straight to the easel and colored it, but I wanted to use the magical paper, and I wanted to do a tearing technique. It's been a long time since I've done this, but I thought it would add nice texture to our little easel here. So I'm just tearing the paper. If you pull towards yourself, you get more of a white edge, and if you pull or tear away from yourself, you get more of the top paper. And you get a white edge because I printed it on white paper. I actually printed it on Accent 8-pound ultra smooth opaque white paper. So I'm going to use some Barely Art glue here to adhere my little butterfly image to the easel here. I'm going to get that there centered, and then once I do that, I'm going to bring in the American Kraft metallic marker, and I'm going to just add a little bit of the teal to the wings and to little sections of the body. It has like alternating sections. I'm going to do it green, the teal, and then a little bit of white later on. So here's a little close-up of our little butterfly. So I'm going to set that aside so we can start working on our card. So I'm going to take our card panel, which I put together here with the cut strips, and I have washi tape to adhere it all together on the back. And I'm going to add a little bit of this liquid Barely Art glue, and I'm going to adhere this card front to my card base. Our card base is an A2 size, like I said, and it's made of 110-pound white cardstock. And then I'm going to add a little thin bit of the liquid glue here, just Barely Art glue, because this washi tape, I had put it on the white cardstock to cut it into strips. It's sticky, but it's not the best sticky. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit on there, and just to give it a reinforcement. I'm going to repeat the process to the bottom section here. Excuse me. And I should have done that before I glued it on my card base, onto my card base, so it would have been easier to trim off, but it worked out. So here again is my sketch, and see as it calls for scallop circle and a straight stitch circle. So I did that with this pastel orange and yellow pieces of cardstock. And I'll be adhering that to the center of our card panel using the Barely Art glue. Now in the sketch, it has TLC Designs circle dies. I do not have those, so I improvise, but TLC carries beautiful sets of different standalone dies. Alright, so now I'm going to start adding our images to our card panel. And I'm going to add some foam tape to our little pixie here. And I won't show you me adding all of it because I did a lot of foam tape on the back of this little guy. And I guess I do show you most of it. I'm sorry about that. I thought I took this part out. Okay, so now I'm going to just figure out the placement. And I place him here. And now I'm going to do the same thing to our easel. I'm going to add a little bit of foam tape to that. And I'm going to slide it just under our pencil. Now I have too much foam tape on our pencil and it's sticking way up. So I'm going to remove it a little bit on the tip there. And I'll just use a little bit of the liquid glue to adhere it to the easel. Now I'm going to go ahead and add our sentiment. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to adhere to a little scrap of the green solid paper that I printed off. And then I'm going to add some foam tape to the back. And I'll adhere our sentiment to the top. And I just cut a little, cut into a strip banner with a slant angle. For some finishing touches, I'm going to bring in from Doodles Paper Playground some neutral rhinestones. These rhinestones are black, white, and clear. I'm going to use the clear ones because I just want to add a little bling to the card without taking away from it or drawing your attention to that rather than the design. If you didn't know, very own Kendra went ahead and designed the sketch for us. So we could use it as part of our challenge this month at the TLC Designs Facebook group. I will again link you to that so you can join us there. And I know that Tammy, the owner of TLC Designs, she has a bundle with going on with for the challenge, so you could purchase everything you need to create your card for the challenge. So now I'm adding a little bit of white highlights to our pencil, our little Pixie's hat, and a little bit to our little butterfly's head and body. And that's it. Our card is complete. Let me show you a little bit closer. So you can see there's a little bit of detail. Oh, and I added a little sparkle to his wings with a little bit of sparkle glitter pen. So again, we used the Alicorn Happiness for the butterfly. We used the Poetic Pixie and the Magical Delight paper to create our card.